What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl D Eyes. I hope everybody's doing okay on this Monday evening. It's been a really nice day today. Everybody out there washing their cars. A lot of people out there washing their cars. Not knowing the weather's going to go down, the temperature's going to go down a little bit, so, whatever. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick because I had dealt with a little incident the other day regarding my TV. Now I want to jump back a little bit because I want to tell you something else that had happened. It was the same company. It was Verizon, and it was, I believe it was 2000. I want to say 2012, 13, somewhere around there. We lived in, it was kind of like a dead-end kind of street. It had a little playground. It was in the back of it. Really, really nice area. But my son had told me whenever we were younger, when we lived in our old house, and that was back in like 2005, 2006, that he had this, it was kind of like a nightmare, but he said he really felt it. He said he seen this lady, and she kind of had like that, she was dressing like she was like old, like a Little House on the Prairie kind of dresses, like the full at the bottom. And she also had the glasses that hung around her neck with the metal string things. I don't know what they exact call it, but she had that around her neck. And then there was two little kids. The one boy was named Daniel, and I can't remember what the girl's name was, but the boy's name was Daniel. And, he had said that he kept hearing them, and they were running in the hallway, and I'll never forget that, what was it? It was one night that he said that he heard this little boy say something to him, and he said, Mom, he said it was like, it was real. I'm like, okay, like I said, I believe you, but you had a nightmare, Back then I wasn't, it wasn't that I didn't believe him, it was just that I didn't want to put that fear in him because he was younger. So jumping a little bit forward, 2000, I would say 12, maybe 2011, 2012, it might even have been a little bit more than that. I don't know, it was a couple years ago, that we were sitting in the living room, and I had the Verizon services, and I had the cable, internet, like all that, the whole package deal. And we were sitting there watching something, and all of a sudden, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Verizon service, but you can go to the on-demand and you can search for what you want to watch. We were watching something, and all of a sudden the screen went off, and it went back to the search. I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on? The TV controller, we only had the one cable box at that time. We only had it in the living room. And it was sitting on the coffee table. And I said, okay, like, who's playing, like, with the thing? I look down, the remote's there. Like, everybody's standing in the living room. So, it started typing stuff that was a whole sentence. Now, if anybody knows with having Verizon or any cable service, you can't use your remote or anything like that and type in stuff with a whole sentence. It'll be a letter at a time. So if you want to type in, like, The Matrix, you have to type in THE space and then Matrix. This actually typed the whole sentence. And I remember at that time, we had the Ouija board in the house. We had messed around with it a couple times, just joking around, playing with it. It's Hasbro, it's a kid's game. So, it started typing in stuff that was from our old house. And I remember the one question I asked, because we had got rid of the Ouija board. And I asked where it was. And it said exactly where it was. And I know for a fact because it was put there. Then I said, I asked who it was, and I started asking a series of questions. Now, if you go back to in my YouTube videos to the very beginning, I believe it was the first 2 videos that I ever did. It's going to actually show you the questions. I was asking the questions and everything like that. So it's going to tell you exactly, it's going to show you exactly what I was doing. And it was just kind of weird because it started mentioning Daniel. And at that time, the house that we had, it had an attic. And it was telling my 2 children to come and play. And I said something about the soul. I had mentioned something about the soul of the dolls or something like that, because it had mentioned something about them. And I said, you know, what about the dolls? I said, what are you trying to tell me? And it said about the soul being in the dolls. And I said, what is your name? And it stopped. It didn't say anything for maybe like 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds. Then all of a sudden it said Daniel. I looked at everybody in the room and I'm like, okay, like somebody has to be seriously messing with us right now, because this is crazy. Like, you can't type in that whole word. Like, you can't type in Daniel all at one time. Like, it was just like it came up on the screen out of nowhere. And at that time, my son had started doing music, and it was talking about, excuse me, it started talking about my son being famous. It said fame on the screen, and it started saying all kind of stuff. Like, it was stuff that only we knew that was on that screen. Like, everything that it was typing was everything that we had went through. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over this little bit of this cold I'm having. So I don't know, like, it you know, and fast forward to now, my daughter and I were sitting in the living room, and we were listening to, and also Verizon, we were listening to Pandora. It's a music channel. And you can get on it through the widgets on the Verizon. So I told her, I said, you know, go ahead, play some of the stuff, you know, that you want to play. And so I'm sitting there writing down music and stuff like that that I wanted to put on my phone. You know, like, I did old school, I did new school. So she had the remote sitting up on, she was on the recliner. She had the remote sitting up on the side arm of the chair. And she was on her phone, and she's playing, you know, on her Instagram or whatever she was on. And all of a sudden, the music was skipping. And I looked over, and I'm like, why are you skipping the songs? She said, I'm not. She said, I'm sitting here. So she threw the remote over to me, and I set it, like, on the other side of the couch. Like, we have 3 sections on our couch. I set it on the far side, so that way we knew that nobody was doing it. And it kept skipping, it kept skipping, it kept skipping. Like, it was playing, like, not even 5 seconds of the song, and then it would skip it. So I said, I'm going to grab it. I said, I'm going to try to go back out to the main menu where you can pick what channel you want to go on, and I'm going to try to do it that way. So I hit back, and I scrolled down a little bit, and I hit the thing. It went on to the channel, and then it started skipping again. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, so I said, I'm going to try to go completely out of it, go back to the main Verizon on the cable, and then go back onto it. It wouldn't even let me back all the way out of it. Like, it only let me go to the main Pandora. Like, it wouldn't let me go no farther. And it just kept skipping and kept skipping and kept skipping. We had to unplug the cable and then plug it back in order for it to reboot. It's the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me. Like, I've never ever had, with any other service that I've ever had in my life, I've never had it happen. You know, some people might say, oh, it's a glitch and, you know, whatever. Okay, maybe, but maybe now, yes. But back then, when it was typing personal things, there's no way that it was a glitch. There's no way. So I don't know what else could have went on, but I would like for you guys to like this video, comment. Let me know what you think. Also, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell and let me know what you think could be going on. As always, peace.